Hello, everybody, and welcome again to your favorite program, Relationship Talk Show. In today's edition, we shall be talking about relationship spoilers. And with me, I have
Winifred Elizabeth Junisa from the Passion Connect.
And
Aisha Bangura.
And I am your wonderful host, Mrs. Links Buckle. And as I stated earlier on, we shall be talking about relationship spoilers. And please don't forget to like, to share this video, and also to comment. Please tell us, what do you think? And we'll start the ball rolling. I will start with you, ma'am.
Yes, thank you very much, Madam Buckle. And also thank you, viewers, for lending us this time to listen on important issues that we're here to discuss on relationship. And particularly, I believe every youth, every young people in this nation were faced with one challenge or the other when it comes to relationship, pre-marital and even after marriage. So today I am here to throw light on what are the challenges and some of my contributions that I'll, throw in line for us all to learn and give our views. So, one to start with, this is something that for a lot of young people, we have pushed aside, but it is very, very important when it comes to romantic relationship. One, it is the mentality of us. Mind you, this topic has to do with not just the young lady, but it goes both sides, both the gentlemen and the ladies. So I would start with, let's say, for the both parties, we have to have a mentality that will not serve as a barrier to whatever relationship we go into romantically. And you see, it has been a challenge for quite some time. It is not something that has just come up now. What do I mean? Or someone might ask, what do you mean by mentality? You see, in this world we're living, everything that comes out of what you do, it is as a result of what your mind has processed. If you have a mentality that talks negatively or that points to negative things of how you go into your relationship endeavors, believe you me, that is how you will act. I'll tell you this, and all of this information that I will be giving here today, particularly is going for those that are really ready, are in the line of going into a relationship. They are not for people who are not supposed to be in the business of relationship, Mrs. Buckle. And so if I am talking to those people right now, I would say you would need to have a very positive mindset to enter into a relationship that will give you a lasting result. And so having negative mindset, thinking that, oh my God, now there is no genuine love. There is nothing about genuine about love relationship. So you know what? You will just enter into that relationship, be a man or a woman, with a cold shoulder, thinking that, okay, let me just go and try and see what will come out of it, without thinking about the fundamental things that will help you, guide you to walk through your relationship journey, especially before marriage. And so, if you have a mindset of there's no genuine relationship, the guys would only come to me as a lady because of how I look, how my body structure,
or because of what they want.
Exactly. And so, before you know, exploitation comes in. And also for the guys, the lady will think, this guy is something. He can give me what I want. He is so rich or he's so cute. I can show him off to my friends in society that I'm dating somebody cute, without focusing your energy and your attention on things that you need to learn as a person. You understand me? As a person, to be able to navigate your relationship with that person, be it man or a woman, you would have missed the point, Mrs. Buckle. At the end of the day, you will go there and you start facing challenges, and then what would happen? You'll feel like, oh, this is not meant to be. I don't think I don't think we're compatible, and these are the errors. Now, pre-relationship, remember, I have said that this particular talk show that we're doing is particularly meant for those who are prepared mentally, socially, emotionally, physically. to go into relationship, because whenever you venture into relationship, you know the end result of it is to, at the end of the day, reach your destination or settling down with a person. So the norm that is around relationship of these days for young people is that I just want to feel that guy. I just want to enter into this relationship for what I can benefit. And these are things that are wrong, my fellow young people. Because when we have that negative mindset of not, having, a genuine purpose of entering in a relationship, because this male might have gotten a positive overview of where he wants us to go, or I see this person to have a prospect of good leadership or good, mind that I can work with in the future, then you will go astray. Or for you, the guys, thinking that, oh, this lady is beautiful, this lady is hot, the lips are so touching, I need to feel, I need to have a take.
I believe we should enter a relationship with a mindset of settling down, not to play around.
That is what the foundation of what meant, of what created this particular relationship stuff meant it. God. And we've been taking apart, taking away the God factor of relationship. God is a hater of sin, but he knows we would need to establish relationship in order to reach the end point of marriage, because marriage, God is the creator, and he had factored everything that one needs to follow through to have a successful marriage, equally so successful relationship. So what I'm saying is that if you have a negative mindset of relationship, young guy, young lady, you will miss it at the end of the day. And I have quite a lot of other, but most importantly, right, if you have an unhealthy, negative comparison when you're in a relationship, imagine you have told yourself that I am willing to go into a relationship because I want to reach the final destination, but I need to understudy this person as a man, as a woman. So I just wouldn't need to go into that relationship, and at the end of the day, I realized something that I should have realized from the beginning. So when you do, and then you are into that relationship, understudying the person, being man or woman, and you begin to make an unhealthy competition. Begin to compare your relationship with another person.
You mentioned for them to understudy. Is there a specific time frame for them to study the partner before entering into the relationship? Because one might say, okay, let me do visibility study, let me do background check.
I see.
Is there a specific time frame?
Well, all of what you've mentioned is the process that a person will need to go through when you are in it. We call it courtship, because that is why I said you only need to have had the mindset of me settling down before you go into a relationship. It's a form of courtship. Well, I would not say there is a specific time frame, but for religious background, they'll tell you, okay, you need to get to know this person, knowing as in without sex, without things that spoil.
In our generation
that
today,
is the challenge.
In knowing the person, they have 5 children already.
These are the realities. One would say, these are the realities of what is happening in our contemporary times, especially in our society like Sierra Leone. So for far too long, people have shied away from talking on these things that are affecting young people. And it's high time we came to the limelight to throw light. The fear of God is the beginning of wisdom, as I was talking to one of my colleagues the other day, that if you want to have the wisdom to navigate your relationship, wisdom to navigate your studies, your career, your family, you need to fear the Lord, because it opens the portal to wisdom.
Okay. Thank you very much. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Viewers, please don't forget to like, to share, and tell us what do you think about relationship spoilers. And I think one of the important things is that concerning relationship spoilers, lack of trust is also a relationship spoiler, because nowadays people we don't trust our partners. We have in in our phones, for example, security lock everywhere. The phone, the Facebook, the what, everywhere. Security lock.
You can say that.
If you're in a relationship with a particular person, I believe you should trust.
Sure.
Trust. But trust is the bedrock of every relationship. If you're not having trust, then how are we going to proceed with the relationship?
That's the challenge.
So one of the relationship spoilers is trust, and also the negative mindset of you entering into the relationship.
Sure.
When you're entering a relationship, you should have a mindset of you settling down, to have a family, to build a family together, not just to play around, having sex, give me money, I launder his things, I cook, I sleep over. No, it is not done. Please, the mindset of you having a relationship is for you to settle down.
Settle down.
Yes, Miss Aisha, what's your own take on this?
Thank you, Madam Bokul. I'm happy to be in here today, and I'm happy to be part of the program. Based on the topic, relationship spoilers, it is a very nice topic because it teaches a lot of things.
Indeed.
There are a lot of things that are spoiling the relationship of people today, with the young girls, the young men. There are a lot of things. Relationship spoilers, as one may say, it's all about our determination and mindset. If you start thinking, you carry the negative mindset, saying that, as I'm entering into this relationship, now we are starting with a courtship. Your mindset based on that area is all based on negative thoughts. That relationship will not even last, because your mindset is the one that carries you into the relationship. That's why if you want your relationship to be strong, you have to go with that positive mindset. You being in that negative mindset spoils everything for you. Like the challenges some of us really younger face in nowadays in our relationship, more especially in courtship. Because of the negative mindset you are about to go with, saying that, okay, I'm in a relationship with this man, I love the man, he is so wealthy, he has all what it takes to be a man. Then you try to enter into the relationship just because most young girls now enter into relationship because of the build of the man. Saying, I love this man build. This man is so cute. I love him. I want him to be my stay. I want this man to fall in love with me. And eventually you fall in love with that man. And you don't know that man, where that man is coming from. You don't know the background of that man. You don't know what are the things that will build a relationship with you and that man. You decide to say that I just want to be in a relationship with this man because of the build, because of the man has wealth. Then you end up to fall into that relationship. That mindset that you enter into that relationship, we all know that it is a negative mindset, because you don't think about what will be the repercussion at the end of it all. You just enter into the relationship just because of what you want, and then you don't think about saying that at the end of it all, if this relationship ends to be a final conclusion, ends to us to be in a final destination, like we get to married. How will that marriage last? Will that marriage last? If you start asking yourself, because of I don't know this man, I don't have any clue from this man. You entered into that relationship with this man, and now you get to married. Because of your mindset is not positive, your mindset is negative because of my friends. You know, most of these negative mindsets are from our friends. Because if you want something, you will think within yourself. You will give yourself a valued result, saying that no, now I'm ready to settle down, and I want to have this positive mindset. Me being in that relationship, I want the best. But because of our friends, this is my friend. Now Kadiatu, because of Kadiatu has that guy that is so wealthy. Me too, because of this man. Look, this man has everything. I'm going in to that relationship. You enter into this relationship, my brothers or my sisters, you are falling into the wrong path. You have to think before you enter into any relationship. You've been in that kind of relationship, saying because of my friend, because of family what I want, family. They said I should get married. Or you have entered into the wrong relationship. that thing will spoil your relationship.
Indeed.
The friends will spoil your relationship. Because of my friends, you enter into that relationship, your relationship is spoiled. Because you being in that relationship, starting the relationship, you start saying, oh, my friend, now I've closed my friend. I have this kind of wealthy man. Now we can move around. Where they are going, me too, I'm going to that place with my husband. Oh, you have the wrong mentality. Let no one stop you to being the person that you want to be.
Right.
Try to be that person that you want yourself to be. Let no one stop you saying that, oh, because this person has this thing, me too, I want it. No, you should not have that kind of mentality. One thing we should believe and know, God has a plan for everyone. If it is God's purpose for us to get into that kind of relationship where we have everything, yes, it is God's will. But don't enter into that relationship that will spoil at the end because of peer group. Saying my friend, what my friend is doing is what I want to do. What my friend have is what I want to get. No, your friend is your friend, and you are yourself. You not take yourself to be your friend. You not take your friend to be you, because God make everyone different.
Indeed.
Because of that kind of mentality, we will be saying, because of what my friend has now, or what my friend is enjoying, is what you want. Your relationship will spoil. Because everything is different. And on the other hand, some of the things that spoils our relationship, because of you have that kind of connection with your friend, and then someone sees you and say, now I'm in a courtship with this guy. This guy is so wealthy. I never knew the background of that man. I never went to that man to know what that man is really doing or what he's trying to do. But because of my friend, I entered into that relationship, and now one way or the other, someone started saying something, and then this friend will come. Do you know that guy? Yeah, that guy. He has something. What is that thing? You start saying, what is that thing? Hey, that guy doesn't love you. He just wants to use you. He has another plan. You start to say, no, that guy loves me. You know that I have read everything from that guy. That guy loves me so much, and I want to be with him. And then you will start saying that, oh, no, that guy doesn't love you. Not knowing that the guy intention, he really loves you. But because of the friend, he's trying to say that guy did not love you. I caught the guy the last time with another girl. You know what they were doing? Oh, they were doing those sexual harassment thing. The guy was gripping, holding on to the woman's breast, and then I was like, could you imagine? I wanted to video them because of the relationship that we have. I stopped, and then the woman was like, oh, really? Yes. And that will come with a lot of differences that have entered into your mind, saying that, oh, so this man that I want to settle down with, and now this man is doing this thing. See what the man is doing? He's having another affair with another person. And then when the man comes, you come and say, oh, this is what you're doing, because you didn't take your time to know that man.
The friend was all jealous of the
kind of person he was.
So they will go the extra mile to destroy the relationship.
You don't know the background of that man. You don't know anything. Because of that friend has come and said something about that man. Oh, you have different mindset for that man. Oh, this is not the kind of man I was looking for. In fact, I want everything to end. And then you spoil your relationship. That will take you a very long way just because of a friend. That's why I say friends are the one that spoils now this relationship. And even yourself, because one thing I strongly believe, no friends can spoil my relationship. What I have built for so many years can never be spoiled by friends. When you say something I will say no, I don't believe. This man that I'm dating is a loving and caring man. I love him so much. I don't want you to come and say something that will spoil my relationship. That is why when you have a positive mindset, you go a very long way. But a negative mindset destroys everything about your relationship.
Thank you. And for us to have a wonderful relationship or a successful relationship, we should get rid of naysayers.
Sure.
They may come to you and say these things to you, and when they go to the other spouse, say this is what they are doing behind your back. We should get rid of naysayers if we want our relationship to be successful. Also, we should have a positive mindset.
Sure.
I am the individual. I know what I want. They should not come and convince you the other way around.
Exactly.
This is too old. It's too this, too that. Please, you are the individual. You know what you want. So get rid of naysayers and relationship spoilers. for example, I want this thing. This is what makes me happy. Going for what makes you happy.
Sure.
I don't need the concession of my friend for him or her to tell me this is what I want or this is what I should do. Please, you are in charge of your happiness. Don't allow people or friends or family pressure.
Yeah,
that is what relationship. Nowadays they have a tag.
Yeah.
For example, you should get married to a man that is rich, very wealthy. I am tired of this poverty life. I need to live in a mansion. For example, if the man that you want is not up to that standard, but is passionate about you, he cares for you,
loves
you. Exactly.
Everything that
family pressure, our families, in fact, our mothers nowadays, they put us into so many pressure.
Exactly.
You should have a car. please don't allow family pressure.
Kadia's husband has a car. Why can't your husband have a car? You know Kadia's husband got that car.
Exactly. You don't know. Please,
our mom and our dad,
our brothers and our sisters, please don't allow family pressure or friends to ruin your relationship. These are all relationship spoilers.
Indeed.
Yes, ma'am, over to you.
Yes, and also, you know, when Madam Aisha was stating his points, I caught something. He was talking about even when you're married. So now what I can say is that you need to also have a personal standard. So in other words, lack of standards to morality
It's a relationship spoiler.
Yes, would also lead to spoiling of your relationship. Let's say if you have failed to set standards that would lead you to viable relationship that would go on to marriage, and then you become married to that man, and you become married to that woman, and you go into the real sense of the word relationship in the sight of, you understand, God. And then you have failed to set up standards that would help you scrutinize the person to see if he or she is that person that will match your energy, that will be able to work with you in this line. And the other day I listened to an interview when the speaker was saying you have to submit as a woman, and as the man you have to love. So it is upon that woman to pick the kind of person she wants to submit to, or she would be able to submit to no matter what. And it is upon that man, it is incumbent upon that man to choose the kind of person or the kind of woman or lady that he will deem fit to help him in his plight in this life. So imagine you haven't set that standard that would help you through the grace of God, and you enter into marriage. There comes all attributes that would have been a red flag missed.
Sure.
Coming up into that relationship, that marital relationship, spoiling it. What you think, because in marriage relationship, for instance, you don't think. You make sure it is the fact proven. Because eventually, if you think you are going to use thoughts in marriage, then everything is going to go sour. That is the reason why I always tell young people, both men and women, that you need to be aware of relationship when it comes to marriage. Earlier on, we have thrown light that if you want to go into relationship, you should have made sure that you're ready to face the final end, which is marriage. But society today have gone to a point that they don't care about marriage. They care about their personal feelings. What they can benefit, material.
And also they set standards for the men.
And
they set standards for themselves.
Because they themselves don't even have standards.
Exactly.
And failing to have that moral standards, which has to do with religious aspect, social morality, then automatically it's just a waste of time. Because at the end of the day, if you ended up getting married to that man or that woman without that standards that would have guided you to know, okay, this is something I want for myself. No matter what, in worse times or in better times, I can submit. For example, as a lady, I know with this man, I can take whatever. Failing to acknowledge that. And you say, oh, love, love sometimes. Yesterday, I was talking to my friend that, the society, what I've observed about us young people, we don't value marriage relationship. All we do know is that if I want to, I'll now I've reached to a point. I want a boyfriend. I want a girlfriend. So finding yourself a girlfriend, the standard that will be set is you seeing that man to be wealthy, that will be able to supply your needs, that will be able to give you what you want, buying iPhones and the rest. And for the guys that, like I said earlier, would want that sexy looking lady that's presentable to whoever he wants to present her to. So at the end of the day, without looking in-depthly on things that matters, things that will help sustain that relationship into marriage relationship. And by the way, I am always emphasizing on courtship relationship without sex, because that is my standards.
In our generation today,
it is challenging. It's very begin to look into that direction, because God that created relationship between a man and a woman, He did not create it between young girls that are supposed to be in school.
Sex in general, boys that are made for married people. Only those who are married people. But now you are married, they are not married.
And the society has become so comfortable with accepting what young people are doing. That, in fact, if you see a lady that is so strict in knowing what she wants, they'll begin to look at you as if something is wrong with you.
Exactly.
For instance,
because you're not following their trend.
Yes, the trend of what is, what is the acceptable norm. And if the guy is saying, you know what, I think I want to focus. Now I'm in school. I want to focus on my academic work to see that I come out before I am prepared to go into relationship. Because believe you me, relationship is exhausting. And the energy it will take for you to invest, because it is investment. And because young people nowadays, we the young people, we are not willing to invest. We just think it's somewhere we can go and loot for. Exploit. You exploit my body, I exploit your pocket, which is wrong. Very wrong. Nowadays, we should begin to look away from the normal things that are happening, because they are not something that will give you lasting results. And who wants to thread this life without having lasting results on anything you put your hand to do? So let us refrain from thinking that, I don't care, I am young, I can do whatever I want. If you date me at the end of the day, you leave me, I can also find another. That is ruining your destiny, ruining your future, because it will distract you. As I've said, it is energy and emotional draining. And so you are in school and you want to focus on the relationship, which is so demanding. What will happen? You will lose focus on one, because you're not that stable. You don't have the stamina to be able to balance it. So stay in a relationship if you can, if you must. Meaning, if you reach the age, you've seen that I am now ready.
You can be able to handle it.
You have the stamina. Don't go into it like I see teenage, young as 13, 14, 15, they're in a relationship, and people are so happy for them when they see this titi too fine, you get fine guy, without even thinking or rationalizing the impact, the negative impact it is causing on that young lady's destiny. Going into a relationship very mature, and when because of from the onset, from the foundation of what we know as people of this nation, as young people of this nation, we don't see marriage as something of a responsibility. We see it as an achievement. We see it, don't get me wrong, I don't mean it in a negative way. We see it as a reward. And marriage is not a reward. Marriage relationship, to be specific, it's not a reward. It is a responsibility. But what will determine your success in your marriage relationship is from the courtship relationship. You have to be able to sift out every of these things that will affect you. And all of these things that we're mentioning now are things that would limit you from crossing over. And marriage relationship, it is a promotion to certify you that you have done well in your. But nowadays it is the reverse. People are not willing to go through the process, and yet they want to rush into the next level. And that is why you clash. That is why we young people we clash. And you see nowadays we are willing to go into a relationship even without the knowledge, the pre-knowledge of what it takes to be in a marriage relationship. We've enjoyed because the man or the woman will give you laxity to do whatever you want to do in your pre-marital relationship. And you think that's the same attitude you will take to your man. That is why it goes wrong. That is all why it goes
And
So yes,
you cannot perform the roles and responsibilities of a wife when you've not when they
oh my
it
God,
won't work
I
like
am
that.
about to say that again.
It won't work like that.
That is the common norm.
You spend all the time cooking, longing, doing everything. When you get into the marriage, you become so tired.
Exactly.
You perform your
Get
responsibilities. So I believe for us to avoid relationship spoilers, you should be able to capacity yourself.
Hey.
Find something to do for yourself.
Indeed.
Don't be okay. Is my boyfriend? He can whatever I want or whatever I need, he will give it to me.
Yeah.
Do something for yourself.
something.
For instance, for you to buy common top up.
You will say, I
Depend
don't
on
have
that
to
man. How can you do that?
Be responsible for our relationship.
Exactly.
And let me say this, Madam Boko. You see, us the ladies, when we become full-grown woman in marriage, we are the burden bearers in marriage. So imagine you don't have the stamina. You're so weak in knowledge. You're so weak in experience. You're so weak in things that will help you, that will build you up to know when you enter into marriage relationship, you will have the stamina to take it through.
Exactly.
Then you will become, that will become your downfall. Because the moment you begin to, and believe you me, expect the weight. Because that is how God meant it to be. That we carry the burden in the sense we bear a lot of things.
Yeah.
Because if we are not designed that way, God will not give us that capacity. And we are so multi-capable. We can do everything. That is how powerful us the ladies and women we are.
Therefore, you should be able to do something for yourself.
We should
find something. We are helpmates. Bring something to the table to add to what he is bringing home.
Indeed.
But don't be a burden. Throw all your in fact, our family responsibilities. My mother is sick. I need to send money. My younger brother, he needs to go to the institution.
Yeah.
Is he your father?
Telling you. So that responsibility sometimes guys them away. That is also relationship marriage relationship spoiler.
Exactly.
Because when you take all of what before the marriage, you used to pretend. You used to think that everything is okay. You don't need to do this just to cajole the attention of that man into marrying you. And once he does, you say I am your responsibility. Everything about me.
You have to carry my burden.
That is true. But are you also the question is also that are you also performing your role as helpmate? As the helpmate. If not, then that's the question that we should be asking ourselves.
Exactly. We should not throw all our responsibility, all our burden.
Indeed.
Find something to do. You can open a mini mart, a small scale business.
Exactly.
There are a lot of things that we can do now, and more especially in this century nowadays.
Indeed.
There are a lot of things. These skilled works that they pay, it goes a very long way. Even if you said you'll be at your home doing something, and then somebody will come and then patronize with you. You will get something to do. Help the man.
Yes.
This is what I have.
Young people are lazy.
And now, for all the young girls, when you don't come with anything to the home, you are nothing. The man will sometimes tell you that all the time I goes out and come in with something.
Now,
What about you? What you want to do?
Even our makeups, it will save us. Even the high heels.
Because you will not
the 10 inches or 15 inches.
You will be quiet. And that makeup shade will be left exposed for the man to
Makeup.
If a man sees your natural face and sees that nothing is, behind this natural face to back it, no hard work, no seriousness, laziness, oh my God, you're killing yourself.
Exactly.
You're driving him away.
Because nowadays we pour so much energy into our appearance.
Exactly.
Instead of investing in our brains, investing in what we do to see that it will be beneficial at the end of the day. We pour so much attention on packaging. Packaging is good. Don't get me wrong. Packaging is good, but the premium emphasis should not be only on packaging.
It's good when you are packaging, you have something.
You are empowering yourself.
Exactly.
You are capacitating yourself, your mind. And then young people, please, the society should stop looking at people that it's only when they go to the stage of university that you have become successful. No. Or you become successful in education. No. Even learning skilled work to its perfection, that is also is academic. That is also learning. Today, we see different countries, how they do. You will see a young man or a young woman, so entrepreneurial. You know, they go in, learn a skill work, do it to perfection, and they are known worldwide. So what will you say to that? That's one. Some there are times you don't learn it from university.
Yeah.
So let us don't be looking down on ourselves. Sometimes we also neglect ourselves. We look, we throw so much garbage on the way of our self-esteem, our self-worth. We see that if I'm not able to go to university, I am nothing. Even this small business that I'm doing, it doesn't count for nothing because look at my mate.
Now the skill work, it pays.
That is what
It pays a lot.
skilled men.
What I can hand in maybe 2 days. The one sitting in that office waiting to the end of the month
to achieve that thing.
Imagine the hairdressers, the hairstylists,
Oh my
the
God.
makeup. Imagine nowadays, makeup. I want to go to, I have a party. I should wear my makeup. You know how much that costs? A makeup.
Same thing.
Plan just for a day.
Just for a day.
But
Like I
you cannot
can just wash out my face.
But you
And a
cannot
twinkle of an eye.
You cannot invest your time if you're in school, in studying as young man, as young woman. You cannot invest 1 hour, but you can sit 1 hour on that makeup, and you will be so comfortable.
Exactly.
And you will spend that amount of money, but you will not spend that amount of money to buy books, to read,
Yes.
to empower yourself, to spend money on education, learning.
Yes.
It doesn't necessarily mean that you should. No. Even when you're learning skills, do it to perfection.
Exactly.
Because the world pays perfectionists. Meaning in the sense, well, actually, I cannot say perfection. They pay people who master the skills, who master. Even if you go to the university and you come out with a degree, but your brain doesn't reflect what you come out with, you will not be valued.
Exactly.
And you will only
That's right.
be going
That's
around
right.
with the paper. But people who knows what they know, they will not value you. And so we should begin to add value to ourselves, right from our mind, what we think and how we think about ourselves, what we see ahead of we and how we go after what we see. All that helps in even when we enter into a relationship, how we will be able to decipher what we want. Because nowadays, young people, they actually don't know what they want. I believe that is the primary thing
They don't know.
that lead to them misplacing priorities. You know, they invest in something that they shouldn't be investing on, and leaving something that they should definitely invest on. Because some people don't discover or don't get to know themselves as early, or even some never. And that is also something that, because if you don't know yourself, you will not come into a relationship and know the man. So that is why ups and downs will always, but please be mindful of knowing yourself first, but put God in the picture. All of that's of which we've talked about cannot take hold if you don't have God in your life, if you don't have the strength of God in your life. All of what you're saying, some of which by experience, some of which is what we've over the years learned from what we research. Some of it is what we've seen with our eyes, we've heard with our ears. But we come to say this and to emphasize on it that if you don't have God in the picture, that is where you go astray. And as a nation, we should begin to consider our God's place in our lives. Because if you fear God, as we rightly put it in the beginning, that everything that has to do with wisdom will come to play. But if you sideline and think you can do it with your own knowledge and put God aside, God will be looking at you and say, okay, go on my son, go on my daughter, try and see how far it will last. And believe you me, Satan is another relationship spoiler.
It's a whole topic on its own. Thank you very much. And please don't forget to like, to share, and tell us what do you think. And I believe another relationship is intimidation. We are being intimidated by what we see over the people around us.
Exactly.
I believe if you're a go-getter, I want this. By all means, you should get it.
You should.
Because if it's a positive thing, I want this. Go ahead and get it. It's a positive. Don't be limited or be intimidated by people around you. Okay, for instance, I want this thing, I'm about to get it. There are naysayers that will discourage you. For you not to get what you want.
Feel the confidence.
Exactly.
Feel the confidence and think that you can do it. And do the work. Again, don't aspire for something great that you know you cannot put in the effort to do the work to achieve it.
So our effort counts.
It counts.
It counts.
It counts.
It counts.
Even God looks on us concerning our effort on how He will relate with us. So
Because some people they just focus on the spiritual aspect.
no,
God will help us.
Oh,
So physical effort
that
is needed.
is, I am proud in the spirit to say that idea, that mentality is an AAC in the body. God is not a joker. God is not a magician. It is a God of principle. That is also an absolutely vast area that we can explore for the rest of the year. But one thing I want to say, God is a partner and a very good dealer. Whenever He expects you, believe you me, He has put in place His own part to always deliver.
That's right.
But He is always waiting on you to see how serious you are in dealing with Him. Then He comes in play. Have you ever seen God disappoint? No.
Never for one.
Come short? No. That is why His timing is different from ours. But in the case of young people and relationship, we put God first.
That's right.
If you don't know God, go in search of God. If you want to become a medical doctor, you study, you read about it, you research, you spend, you burn the midnight candle to see that you master some areas, certain area that you want to.
For you to be stand out to become a professional.
Indeed. So why not a relationship? Learn about it.
Thank you. And
You're welcome
to you, ma.
From what my colleague has just said,
Yes.
She talked about the energy that we build in a relationship. And before I go further, I just want to say that the relationship spoiler doesn't only based on the on one gender aspect, but it's based on both the male and the female.
Indeed.
And sometimes we can, more especially for the men, you may want this woman, and then you tell your friends that, you see this woman, I like her, I want her to be my wife. And then that man will start, that your friend will start to say that that woman is a shower, is a prostitute. You see that woman, he has before then he was having more than 10 boys, he was 10 men, and then at night you will see her outside, and then you will start to say no, that is not the kind of woman I want. But if you're really interested in that kind of relationship, you will go in for that relationship. One thing I strongly believe, no matter the woman's situation, no matter the woman or the man condition, you that woman or you that man can change that person and make that person who you want that person to be. Sometimes we may be in that relationship, that woman was a prostitute, and that man was a hustler, and then you both are now married. You have been in that relationship and then you are married. Some of your friends will start to say, Abba, that woman that you get married to was a prostitute. Why did you get married to that woman? That woman is not your standard. That kind of person being a prostitute is not a standard. And then you will start thinking, exactly, why didn't you think that before? Saying that this woman was a prostitute, I don't want her to be my wife. But you enter into that relationship, and then friends now will be there saying that no, you should stop that relationship with that woman. No, if you want what you want, going for that thing. When you're going for that woman, try to make sure that you do what is right for that woman. Try to put that woman on a good standard that will transform. But people will be starting to say, that was like that prostitute. Look at that prostitute life. It has been changed. Yes, you will change that woman, and that woman will empower herself. Not only for you to change her to come and sit at home, looking at the man, honey, I want this, I need this, without your effort. No. Your effort, the energy that you put into that relationship to work, is that same energy that you put into that marriage.
Indeed.
Without that energy that you put into that relationship, that marriage will not work.
Sure.
Because if you enter into that marriage, one thing I learned was that you being in a relationship, the energy that you put in that relationship should be the energy that you put in that marriage should be stronger than the relationship energy. Because the marriage energy goes a very, long way.
It is lasting.
Nowadays, Madam Aisha, people say our love life before we got married is more even better than the marriage right now.
Exactly.
Because of what we use as yardstick to measure. Before you get into marriage, you would realize that so many excesses will be, the man or the woman will turn blind eye.
Exactly. Both
he or she wants to maintain that relationship. But it is incumbent upon you, the individual, to know that what I was doing, that was morally, socially.
Exactly. You put the same energy.
I need to reform once I'm getting into marriage. I need to reform them. Otherwise,
you should add more energy.
Saying that because of what I come in from that courtship is the same thing that I'm coming with that into that marriage. Your relationship would spoil. The energy should be more greater, saying that what I was doing in that relationship before, now that I am married, if I was pretending for me to enter into that marriage or that man to get married to me, I was pretending my love. When you enter into that relationship, you should not pretend. You should do the real thing. Make that man so happy. You being in that relationship, when you get married, that is the time you want your husband to be blind. When you are in the courtship, you are more attractive to that man. Show everything that the man was looking out for there, and then when you entered into that marriage, my friend, my sisters, everything about you change.
It's huge.
All what you want is money. I want money. I want to pay fees for my cousin. I want this. When you were in that situation, did your cousin was there? They were not there. They were not there to ask you. As soon as you entered into a marriage relation, everybody wants what they were not getting.
That you have a family.
You have a family to groom up. You have a family that you have to take care of.
Exactly.
You have a family that will goes with you for a very long way. But some of us, when they enter into this relationship life, right, everything about us change.
And Madam Aisha, I can tell you this: some of these challenges that we face in our marriage relationship with so much request, sometimes we pave the way.
Exactly. So our marriage to spoil.
We just think accepting more external responsibility is what makes us responsible or being a responsible married person. No, you first of all need to be able to handle your marital financial responsibility.
Exactly.
First, before thinking of helping, because you cannot help someone when you even cannot help yourself.
Exactly.
That is the burden, especially for us the ladies. When it comes to marriage relationship, that is what we use to spoil the moods for our husbands. Believe you me, because the men, they are usually very frank. When they enter into marriage, they tell their families that I am now having a very paramount responsibility.
Exactly.
That will come secondary. So please, but us the lady want to show off that our status has changed. So come, we'll just be everything and put in
charity organization. Be doing good anyhow.
And because you don't want them to fall your hands or your husband's hands, well, that is wrong.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
I believe for us to get rid of naysayers, we should be honest to ourselves.
Exactly.
We are no longer honest to ourselves anymore.
At all.
Imagine the man asking you, okay, they said it's not nice or it's an insolent behavior for them to ask you, how old are you? They said but please, aside from the age, let's be honest to ourselves. So as we are about to draw the curtain, now what will be your final words for today?
For me, one thing I would want my fellow young girls or for the guys to be in that relationship and strongly say that I don't want nothing to spoil my relationship. I don't want no friends, no family to spoil my relationship. What I have built for so many years, what I have built for so many days, what I have built for so many months, no one should spoil this. My relationship should be my relationship and not others' relationship. That is what I want to tell my young girls, that you should stay focused on your relationship. Build your relationship make your relationship to be strong. Make let no one spoil your relationship. Let no friends spoil your relationship. Please, my brothers and sisters.
Thank you, and over to you, ma.
Yes, I would want to tell my young brothers and my young sisters out there that it is a good thing. Relationship, love is a beautiful thing, and it's something that God created. But we should be sure of ourselves, financially, mentally, academically, that we are ready to go into a relationship. Because once you go there, the end result is marriage, and you should have that at the back of your mind and be well prepared. And when you enter into a relationship, be a learning partner. Be learning about what you are into, because that will guide you to thread better and make your relationship better, and you will eventually graduate to the next level of marriage.
Sure.
And everything will come out successful. But please, don't forget to include God in the process all through the way. Thank you very much.
Thank you. So this is where we'll draw the curtain down. Thank you very much for watching.